Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of October 24th. I'm going to jump right in here, and we're just going to see what is going on in your first position here. This is just going to be your general energies, I should say. Damn, I kind of had a feeling it was going to be a good week for you for some reason. I don't even know why, if I'm being honest. But two aces, you have this riches card here. This is definitely a good week for you. Look at this. I love this card too, and this one, really good. So this is the area of the unexpected, and we're going to see if there is anything unexpected coming in for you. As I always say, even though I call this the unexpected, I don't try to make it fit. If there's nothing unexpected, then I will tell you there's nothing unexpected. We're also going to look at what's coming in for you here. This could be love or otherwise. Again, it doesn't have to just be love. It could be like money or, pretty much anything else you could imagine. And sorry, I did a bad job laying this out. And in your last row, we're going to look at any messages from your future self. We're also going to pull 5 main themes at the end, and we're going to see kind of like what is coming in for you here. I wouldn't be too worried about this tower, by the way, showing up here. Pretty much everyone has had the tower again, so, there you go. But you start off with the riches card and this independence card. I feel kind of like this is your focus, right? I kind of feel like you are focused on building up abundance. And again, it doesn't have to just be money. You do have the Ace of Pentacles here, definitely good for money. You have the Two of Pentacles. Again, Two of Pentacles is a card that I consider to be a clue card. To me, it's a clue that there are, to me, it's a settlement card, I should say. Usually not always true. And again, not accurate tarot, but, sometimes I see the Two of Pentacles in readings where there could be like a settlement of money coming in for a person. It's definitely popping into my head. So if you're waiting for a settlement or if someone owes you money or something like that, again, not accurate tarot, but intuitively I kind of feel that for you. I also feel you're just kind of like working on your riches and working on becoming more independent, or you're more focused on being independent. You have the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. I do literally feel that there could be an offer coming in for you from a Pisces here. It doesn't have to be a love offer. I actually feel like it could mostly be a financial offer or a work offer because you have the Ace of Pentacles. And so I kind of feel that a person could be offering you like a new beginning here. And sorry, I thought I switched, but I didn't. So I feel there could be an offer for a new beginning, even if we go down this, and sorry, I'm going to switch again, but even if you go down this way, these two go here, you go Temperance to the Magician, which is a new beginning. So I feel for a lot of you, there could be an offer coming in, plain and simple, that offers you a new beginning. Could be new love, of course, with the King of Cups, but really, I kind of feel it's a new financial offer for most of you. You have the Eight of Pentacles here as well. Even if you have a business, to me, you have this mountain card at the end. I can't really read it from here if I'm being honest, but I'm pretty sure that this mountain card that comes up, when I can read it, I'm pretty sure it says something about achievements on it. So even if you're not like completely starting something new in work or business or career, or even if you're retired, to me, this could just be like a leveling up, or maybe you're overcoming some obstacles. In the act of overcoming the obstacle could be bringing a reward. And that's kind of what I'm getting here. It's like you're getting your reward for what you have been through. You also have this Ace of Wands here. Ace of Wands, of course, is a new beginning. Ace of Wands is a castle that's crumbling right here, and you have this wand right here. So Ace of Wands is like out with the old, in with the new. It can definitely represent a new beginning or kind of like starting something new. So I am getting more fresh start vibes here. I kind of feel like you're worrying a little bit about having a false start in something. And I kind of feel like I would try to turn that around in your head with the Temperance card, because maybe I kind of see this right here as having had a lot of false starts. Maybe you've had some difficulties, challenges, or maybe in the past you've started businesses and they failed and they didn't work out how you want. And I kind of feel that this right here, going up to this Ten of Wands, yes, the Ten of Wands can be a card of burdens, but he's about to put his burdens down in this home that's in the background. And so he's about to have a harvest. Two of Pentacles, I feel, is saying to you, Gemini, that kind of like what you put into something is what you're going to get out. For some reason, like all of a sudden, I feel a change in the energy. And I mentioned this in a collective I did the other day that, I feel like things are kind of like very direct, meaning you put energy into something, you're going to see like a direct result. And that's how I feel about this Two of Pentacles. It's like if you decide that you want your new business idea, clearly Ace of Pentacles, to work, or your new job or your new career to work. It's like what you put in is exactly what you are going to get out of the situation. The thing with the Two of Pentacles is like sometimes, well, really the Three of Pentacles is the card I feel this way about, but it's kind of one of those things where I feel there are going to be a lot of opportunities coming up, and this is a crazy message popping into my head, where you could be looking at a situation. I feel like there are multiple ways to look at every situation, which is always true. But, I kind of feel like your mindset is going to be way more important than it normally would be. So I would make sure you're keeping it positive, of course. With the Ace of Pentacles and the King of Cups, you have the Chariot. Definitely some victories, major wins coming in for you here. Again, this is a direct result of hard work because of that Eight of Pentacles and even the Ten of Wands. I kind of feel those two cards together are saying you're getting these benefits because of your hard work. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Ace of Pentacles. Again, definitely a yes to any question that I don't answer in your reading. Whenever I have like multiple aces like this, and especially two aces together, to me is a yes to any question, but also an amazing financial week for you. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, I would put the work in. Knight of Pentacles, he's the only knight that isn't moving. He's being too cautious. He just needs to get started. So I kind of said this earlier where, I feel like maybe some of you have had a lot of experiences, as I was saying earlier in the reading, that maybe you've had some businesses not work out or not go according to plan. I feel like the only thing that's preventing you from having abundance, if you don't have it already, is putting in the work into your idea. So I would definitely get moving here. Next, you have this Stars card. It says a long journey brings reward. So any journeys, Chariot, if you're traveling or if you're like moving for a job or moving for a business or anything, clearly there's going to be some success. You also have the Spirit. It says unseen forces watch over you. By the way, do I really feel there's anything unexpected coming in for you this week? No. just so you know. I feel like it's pretty straightforward, the energy in your reading, like I said. So even though this area of the reading represents the unexpected, I really feel like there's nothing unexpected necessarily coming in for you. I feel like you see pretty much everything coming in. Even with that Spirit card there, I feel you could be having dreams, that are like surprisingly realistic and even kind of reflect your experience. Meaning, like you could literally have a dream about something and it happens in the real world. I just told a story. Like the other night, I had a dream about a book that I'm pretty sure. It's possible that I've heard of it, the book that I had a dream about, but I don't think so. And I had a dream about a book, and it actually exists, and I bought it. And it has a weird name that I can't say on YouTube, but because it has the F word in it. But it's just pretty weird. That was popping into my head. It's un-F-withable. Let's put it that way. You're gonna have to put the F word in there. Okay, so it's then the F word withable. And what I would say is, I don't know if it's a good book or not. I literally just got it. It has good reviews, but and I don't even have it yet. I just ordered it, but it's popping into my head in your reading. And again, it's like, that's like one of those things where I almost don't believe it. And, again, I'm telling you this because I feel like you could be having these moments where it's like, I had the dream, I literally saw the book, and then the book literally exists, like exactly as I saw it, which is freaking crazy. So what I would say here is that I feel like you could be having dreams where it's like you dream of something and it literally happens in your life. I would pay attention to your dreams. You have the Eight of Pentacles, the Temperance card, and the Six of Swords. I kind of feel like this Temperance card is asking you to take advantage of situations. He's trying to turn one thing into another. So again, just like that book, I don't know, I just felt the need to buy it because I had the dream about it, right? So it's like I'm taking something out from the spirit world, the water, and I'm bringing it onto land. I'm manifesting it in the real world. So I feel like there could be some ideas that you have, which we already talked about, that you need to bring into the real world. You need to ground in reality. Pretty simple. You also have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles putting the work in. Eight of Pentacles is probably the most direct result card there is, meaning the work that you do is kind of like what you're going to get back in the future. I always say that Eight of Pentacles to me represents material success in the future, so meaning like more money or more success or more abundance coming in for you in the future. And I definitely feel like what you put your work into is what you're going to get out of pretty much any situation. You also have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is going up to the Hangman. In this diagonal here, I'll show you. So it's going up to the Hangman. And you also have the Hermit, who is standing at the top of the mountain. And you have this mountain card right here. So I feel that like an achievement is not only providing a lot of answers in your life, but I also feel like an achievement that you're about to have is kind of setting you free from not only the Hangman, but also the Hermit. Something people don't know about the Hermit is that he's frozen at the top of the mountain. His feet are frozen, and he's not making any movement. So I kind of feel this energy of really being set free. And it's also, sometimes I think in life we have certain achievements that kind of like answer other questions about our life, right? And I kind of feel, I don't really know how to say what I want to say, but I kind of feel like you're having one of those achievements that kind of like answers other things that have happened in your life. And I feel very free about it. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Fool. I do feel like for those of you that are interested in love, there could be, for whatever reason, I feel like there's a person who's interested in you at work. For some of you. So if you have work or career or business, there could be a person that's showing up there. It's weird. I do not consider the Fool to be a love card, but just intuitively for a small percentage of you, I feel like someone is interested in you here. But again, I feel like they're worried. And I literally feel the Fool intuitively is saying this person doesn't want to be foolish. You know, plain and simple. They don't want to, make things awkward or create a mistake or something. So I don't know. I really don't have any good advice other than, really the advice is, as they say, as the old saying goes, don't dip your pen in company ink, right? But what I would say here is, I don't know, this could be a good person. But again, I feel somebody has to make a move here. So if there's like a person who kind of like follows you around like a little puppy, right? At work, you can see here, then, I would say maybe have some sort of conversation or something, right? But I am getting like a very discreet energy here. I feel like this goes for all of you, even those of you who don't want love. There's something about being discreet. I'm gonna come back to this when we get to the end of the row. I just need to clarify that. With the Temperance card, you have the Sun. A lot of happiness coming in for you, and this is a result of your actions and achievements as well. Clearly, I feel that you already know that you're going to be achieving some things with this Mountain energy that's coming up next that we're going to talk about, but it's like, I feel maybe you don't realize how much happiness is going to come from these achievements. With the Six of Swords, you have the Two Wands. I do feel like slightly unexpected energy here where maybe in the future some of you will be moving and you just don't expect to be moving, but it's going to happen anyway. So that's for some of you. For others, I kind of feel maybe you don't expect the levels that you could be achieving in work or business. And so, there could be raises, promotional opportunities, or even like management roles. I'm getting anything having to do with leadership is popping into my head here. And I kind of feel some of you could be getting opportunities to step into these leadership roles. Can we just ask for a couple of cards here? Clarity about being discreet or whatever that means here. You have the King of Cups and Ten of Cups surrounding love. I'm wondering if you're attracting a person who either gets a lot of attention. Sun card, you could be attracting someone famous, like maybe not literally, but maybe they get a lot of attention at work. Maybe it's like a manager at work. Maybe they're famous. Maybe they're something. And so I feel like you could be attracting a person for some of you. And it's like I don't think they want to keep, it's not that they want to keep you hidden. It's almost like coming in the form of protection. It's like, it's one of those things. I think maybe if you're dating a person who gets a lot of attention, and it's like maybe they don't want to rush it out into the world because maybe they've had experiences where people kind of interrupt their relationships or something. Let's put it that way. I also feel this is important if you have ideas for stepping up into a new position, again with that Hermit card in this diagonal and going this way down to the Tower. This is really telling me that a bunch of things. Number one, if you're thinking about getting a new position, I would keep it to yourself because you never know. You might say something to someone at work and they want the position, but you don't know it. And then they, cause some drama or something kind of popping into my head. Again, don't put these things out there. I always I like to be careful with what I say in readings because I believe that we create our own reality. And sometimes I think, if I say the wrong thing, then people are going to create it. So don't create this, right? And again, this can be avoided by just staying out of the drama, plain and simple, and also keeping it to yourself. So if you're thinking about asking for a new raise, promotion, new position, I would keep it to yourself until you get it, right? I don't know. I just get that here. As far as love is concerned, again, you could be dealing with a person who's a little bit withdrawn. Here, if you have your eye on a person or if you're dealing with a person already and you're wondering why they're withdrawn, I feel like they've had past Tower moments based off of putting things out into the world. So maybe they're not even famous. Could just be a person you know. And again, I feel like they've had negative experiences with sharing their relationship. So, again, I know that kind of weirds people out when you enter into a relationship and maybe they don't like make it Facebook official or something like that. And, you could be a little bit worried about it. And what I would say here is I feel like this person, if you talk to them, if this happens to you, I feel like they just have had negative experiences. Let's put it that way. Next, you have 3 cards. I didn't even realize you had 3 cards. You have this flowers card. It says romance, sweetness. What does it say? Romance and sweetness. You have this husband, marriage card, this groom card. And again, take it how it resonates. Could be a wife as well or whatever the hell you want. I don't care. Then you also have this mountain card. It says challenges and achievements. For some of you, like I said, there could be a little bit of a challenge. I'm trying to get my fingers right here. There could be a little bit of a challenge here. And I'll just show you these 2 and then the other one. But could be a little bit of a challenge in bringing something together here. Although the mountain card, again, represents achievements. I want to keep that mountain card. And you have this flowers card as well. So there could be some romance or something sweet happening for you here. But definitely could be some sort of challenge that you're experiencing. Again, you do have the tower here. The mountains, I feel, I always say that we should be climbing mountains because that's where we get the best views. We get the best views at the top of the mountains. You have the Ten of Wands, the Hermit, and the Magician. The Ten of Wands, I feel, is saying that a long journey is going to be worth it. Again, you have this card over here, the Star card, which says a long journey brings rewards. The Ten of Wands, some of you might have an opportunity to go on a long journey, and you're saying to yourself, is it going to be worth it? I would say yes. I feel like the burdens are going to be worth it. And I do feel this is talking about work or business for the most part. For a small percentage of you, I do feel also this could be talking about maybe if you're in like a long distance connection, or again, if you're connecting with a person who has to keep things discreet for a certain reason, then I feel this is saying it will be worth it. But, of course, it is going to be maybe there are going to be some responsibilities, some burdens. I like to remind people that with the Ten of Wands, regardless of your situation, he's about to bring, that is a harvest. He's about to drop it off at his home. His home is right in front of him on the card. So he's about to have a harvest. It's like, yes, it might be a burden, but, to me, I enjoy burdens in my life. It makes the reward so much more worth it, right? As they say, it's like, easy come, easy go. I rather have to work for the stuff that I get because again, it's harder to lose it. And to me, it makes it so much more worth it. You appreciate it so much more. So I wouldn't be too afraid of having to overcome some obstacles here. I don't even think it's that big of a deal, right? You also have this Hermit card here. This kind of tells me that you've already climbed the mountain. So it's kind of one of those readings where I feel it's saying, okay, now it's time to get your reward. And you might be saying, Chris, how do I get my reward? Well, I would say this right here. You have the Magician. And you do have the Temperance card, but both cards to me, where I was going with that, they both kind of represent needing to mix something together. Temperance, he's literally mixing the 2 cups together. Magician, he has mastery over all the suits that are on his table here, every single suit in the tarot. But maybe he needs to mix 2 things together. Maybe he's only thinking emotionally with like cups about a situation in his life, but maybe he needs to add some pentacles and some creativity with like the wands, right? So, or maybe he's only thinking like, oh, I'll solve this problem with money, but maybe he could solve a problem with creativity, or maybe he could solve a problem with his words or his thoughts with the Swords card. So, again, I'm not trying to confuse you here, Gemini, and I feel like this is a confusing reading for some reason, but you probably get it. You're a Gemini. And, again, I feel like some things need to kind of be mixed together here. And if you're wondering, like, why am I not standing out in my business, or, why am I not standing out in my career? I feel like that's the reason why. I always pull the card that the Magician is pointing to. You can't actually see it, but I feel like he's pointing to this deck, and you have this Choices card here. This is the Oracle of the Radiant Sun that he's basically pointing down over here. And I feel like there could be some choices that you have to make, and I kind of felt that. We were talking about this. I feel that for some of you, this reading is saying pick the harder path, and I don't want to stress people out here and be like, oh, I feel like this path is harder. I'm referring to harder as in it's like maybe you have a choice between like just keeping your position at work that you have right now and getting a position up here, something where there's more responsibility. I feel like this reading is really saying something that's like slightly harder to have, the rewards are going to be so much greater. And, I feel that's what this reading is encouraging you to do here, Gemini. So let's see. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Three of Swords. Some of you, again, there are clearly burdens here about love in general. I don't know if it's a person that you have in your life, that you could have in your life, or a person coming in. But there are burdens about heartbreak. Again, I get this thing about trying to keep something discreet or something like that. So I don't know. Take it how it resonates. With the Hermit, you have the Seven of Cups. I feel like you just need to focus on exactly what you want, and you will get it very, very quickly. I tell everyone, we have Neptune and Pisces. Neptune and Pisces is like manifestation on steroids. It's like manifesting things very, very quickly. So, I would keep your focus on the things that you want. With the Magician and the Choices card, you have the Page of Pentacles. It kind of says pick the new path, which I feel is true for everyone right now. I would encourage pretty much anyone to pick the new path, especially if you're kind of innovating in your life in any way. If you have the option of staying where you are or going somewhere new, this could be moving, traveling, starting a new job, whatever. I would definitely do it. In your last row here, you have this Teardrops card. It says great personal sorrow. You also have this Hat card. It says you will be playing a different role. You cannot make that up. Literally, that's like what the whole entire reading was about. Are you kidding me? So, yeah, I feel literally there's like a new role coming in for a lot of you. I do feel like there could be some sadness, but is it that big of a deal? I'm not sure. I feel the sadness could be avoided. Again, I always tell people, it's like, people always say your readings are too positive. I'm like, well, then you need to learn how to listen, because I talk about negative stuff in my readings all the time, number one. It's the way I look at it, right? You have the Hangman, the Devil, and the Tower. The way I look at things is I choose to look on the bright side with the Hangman. And trust me, I used to be like super freaking miserable and my life sucked, right? When I changed my thoughts and I just became a positive thinker, it's literally that simple. And it's also free. People always challenge me on it, and they're always like, well, I'm miserable. My aunt lost her leg, and blah, I lost my cat and all this other stuff. I'm like, yeah, that sucks. Trust me. I feel for you. I don't like seeing bad things happen to good people, but at the same time, it's like there are people in worse off positions that are choosing to be happy. And, some of you I don't think are this extreme, but I would choose happiness at this time. I think the way you look at things is going to be very, very important for you. And again, you're not the only sign to get a message like this. But again, the thing is, where I'm going with this rant is that, yes, it's like maybe I look at the Tower too positively sometimes, but literally, number one, the Tower has to fall. These people have been ignoring reality, but also, like I was saying, you're watching tarot because it's not a prison sentence, and you can avoid this. You can stop this from happening by realizing that there might be something established in your life that needs to undergo a transformation, plain and simple. And I'm not exactly clear what that is, other than for some of you, I feel like there could be some toxic influences in your life, mostly in the form of toxic people that need to be removed from your life. So if you have toxic people in your life, you might want to work on removing them. But other than that, we're going to see what this could be right now. But again, I would definitely make sure to keep it positive at this time. With the Hangman, you have the Lovers. Definitely could be love coming in for a lot of you. So, it is what it is. I always say that I don't really do love readings, although I just do whatever comes up readings. So I know that love has been showing up a lot, but I mean, literally, if you go back to the 2022 yearly readings I did, I literally said in almost every single one that I felt like the end of the year was going to have a lot of love in it. And here we are. So there you go. I'm like Cupid now, right? With the Devil, you have the Emperor. This could be anything that's controlling you. With the Emperor, it doesn't even have to be a person. So there might be something that you feel controlled by. For some of you, it's kind of interesting that I feel it could be like fear. I would be careful. I'm pretty sure I said this to you last week, right? I'm pretty sure it was you, Gemini. I would be careful of, like, trust me, I'm super guilty of this, right? Like, I come up with a new idea, and I'm like, oh, let me go do the dishes, or something like that, instead of executing on the new idea I have for, like, a business or something else. And that's what I mean. That's not really toxic, but, it could be something that is preventing you from finding success. Like, I think, again, we all do this. We're like, oh, I'll do this after I do my laundry, or I'll do, I'll start this business after I sweep the floor, or something like that. So, again, if you're doing that, I feel this is saying the floor can wait. Start the idea, then sweep your floor. Because I feel like maybe you keep delaying something, or there's like a little bit of resistance here. The thing that I would say also is that I actually personally like the Devil for business, and especially when it comes up with something like the Emperor, because the Devil can kind of be like the root chakra, right? It can be like the baser instincts. It can be your animal instincts. It's kind of like creativity. And so it can say that you have an idea. The Emperor can be the execution of the idea. With the Tower, you have the World. So it could be the ending of a Tower moment, or it could be an ending that caused a Tower moment. But by the way, this could also just be a move. The Tower can just simply be a move. The World can be the world. Pretty much everyone has had the Tower again. It really wouldn't surprise me if we saw another global Tower moment. It's like every time I've done this, like last time this happened, the Queen died. The time before that, Boris Johnson stepped down. I mean, there are like a million things that have happened every single time this happens to me. So I'm sure something will happen in the world, right? Some sort of global Tower moment. I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't panic about it. I wouldn't freak out about it. But I would just, keep your head on straight. I always tell people don't watch the news, and people always say, like, how dare you not know what's going on? I'm like, trust me, if something important enough is happening in the world, someone will come and tell me, right? That's my belief about this whole, like, people that are like, how dare you not watch the news? It's like, well, if it's really that important, I'm sure someone will come tell me. We're actually going to be pulling 5 main themes for you here, Gemini, for this week. So let's see here what is going on for you. Definitely love. You literally start off with this success card. So I feel there's a lot of success for you. But again, it's like, I've just noticed in my own life, like I used to watch certain things on TV and it would like upset me. You know what I mean? It started affecting me on a much deeper level, and then it would affect my business. I would slow down, or I'd be depressed, or I'd feel something, right? I've turned off the news. I've stopped watching TV just like in general, right? For the most part, because there's nothing good on. And for the most part, it makes me feel miserable. So again, I feel this success card, clearly there's success for you. You have the 3 aces, 10 of Cups, Sun, like really good stuff. But again, there have been very successful times in my life where I've allowed something to kind of affect my success. And I kind of feel this is saying, like, protect your success. That's what it wants you to do. Are you kidding me? You have this mountain card. It says major challenge to overcome. But again, clearly you're overcoming the challenge. So you have all this mountain imagery here. I always encourage people to climb the mountains, do the hard things. It's much more worth it than to just like do what is easy. It's like years ago, I always tell a story. I did nothing for 3 years but struggle. And it's like now I struggle on purpose because I got so much out of it, right? And I know it sounds crazy, but I promise you it'll change your life. You have this grapes card. It says time to go out and have fun. Definitely, I would be having fun. It's kind of weird. Like multiple people have had like the 2 of Pentacles, for example, which you have right here. 2 of Pentacles definitely says work hard, play hard. So I would do whatever you can to have more fun in your life for sure, Gemini. You have this man card. I always clarify these person cards. And again, it doesn't matter what gender you're into. It could be any gender. And you have this rose card. It says romance is in the air. I literally feel clearly, based off your reading, there's love coming in for you. And finally, you have this moon card. It says changes in your life. We know that you're going through changes. It's impossible to be alive right now and to not experience some significant transformations. Pretty much everyone is. So doesn't really surprise me. But I would encourage you to climb the mountains. I feel like you're already at the top of the mountain. I feel what you have to do, really your answer, I've been babbling on for like 27 minutes. Your answer is very clear. I feel like you have to express your skills with that hermit and the magician here. It's like saying you've learned some things, but now you have to kind of like share with the class, right? So if you've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel or doing anything, I would just do it. But this looks pretty good. So thank you for being here, Gemini. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.